Hey YouTube, been a while since I've done a video. Just going to do another walk around on the Canopy build on the Ram 1500 2020 model. Taken about a year to, had the car a year, taken about a year now to get to this stage. Quite expensive doing it all, with all this stuff going on around in the mad world, and just taken to doing it when we can afford it. Everything's so expensive and takes a long time to build it, and probably fortunate enough to have a job that is keep going through the tough times, so lucky enough to be able to do it, I guess. Many unfortunate people out there at the moment. So with the Ram, I've sort of fitted out a few things in the Canopy I just wanted to show you, and talk you through about some of the things that I actually was up against, I suppose, trying to get things to fit, and some of my design with the Canopy. Things that I probably wouldn't do for any who's thinking about building a Canopy on just the ease of fitting it out. So all the things, so I'll take you through it now. I'm still very happy with the Ram. For Australia, I've got 24,000 Ks on it. Nothing yet, it's been going flawless. Still happy with the fuel consumption, still happy. I love it, it's very comfortable. Absolutely love the ride of it. The Canopy really smoothed it out with the Kings 2.5 suspension. I've just been on the Kings today. Just to balance it out, I'm going to go with the airbags through Airbag Man, the same as most people do. I wasn't a big airbag fan because I don't like having something between the coils as a hydraulic lock, you're supposed to say, but it's what the options is, and it's probably going to suit me. It's been tested before. It's only my theory on it. A lot of people do it. No one has no trouble. So Airbag Man are onto it in Australia. They've got hundreds of cars they deal through, and that I think that, you know, any advice at Airbag Man I think would be taken seriously. They know what they're talking about, them boys. So with the Kings, and it's settled down a bit in the front. It has settled down a bit in the front, which I'm gonna take the front struts out and wind it up as recommended by the boys down at Mike's Shop in Australia. So which is going to happen, I'm going to put a new set of upper control arms, which I'm going to run the Ironman billet alloy ones I've just ordered today. And then when the billet ones turn up, I'll take the suspension out, adjust it back up around the 25mm mark, since I put the bull bar and the winch on. So I'll put the bull bar and the winch, I'll go around this side. So with the ARB bull bar and the worn winch, just a worn 12,000, whatever it is. Yeah, 12,000. It's dropped it down about 20mm. So, which it's fine, but I just want to set it back up where it's nice and even, just to get it where it should be. All right, enough chit chat and bullshit. Just gonna open up this now. Canopy and show you what I've done here. So I've gone with the Adventurer, so we can turn. I've gone the Nava lights. I didn't like the look of the other long ones with the dials and the stuff. Everyone does that, and I wanted something a bit different. And I was happy with just the orange lights that flick there. These are a Nava caravan light. So they can be either wired to orange or LED white, and there's no switch. With these ones, they're a Nava marine boat light that has a touch switch. Now you can get those in white and blue and white and red. So I've wired these on a separate switch. So it can be just like it's a little blue indicator light, I suppose, where they are. And at night time, you'll see on my Instagram page if you follow that, it's just a nice little glow at night. So you select it once, goes blue, select it twice, goes white. Now I find this is more than enough light. So you go blue, right, you can have orange, whatever colours you want, and turn it off. So I'll leave it on there. So I've gone with the enerdrive Adventurer. I added it all up. It's quite a big unit, but it's suited where I wanted to put this. It's suited, I'll turn that back off. It's suited where I wanted to put it quite well. Fits in there well. I actually had to make a bracket on marine ply. So I made thick aluminium onto a marine ply base, which actually supports it. And then you've got to bolt the back of it to the wall. Bloody sun's got a real good spot there on that camera box of that. So you got to bolt it to the back wall. So you see there, so I've just ground that out a little bit where that bolt goes, and then in through there. Also, I wasn't fussed on how the Bushman fridge or all the fridges mount. They have the strip that it comes with it that you flush mount it, which is fine, but I didn't like it. I thought series of corrugation and stuff that would come adrift. So I bought this fridge case off a mob called TLX 4x4. It's a beautifully made laser cut fridge thing. But when you put this together, you have to bolt the base down, then you build the frame around the fridge. Now I couldn't do that because I've got this welded in. Because all this is welded in, I can't get in there to bolt it down and then put the screws in the thing, into the screws into the fridge. So I had to build it on the bench around the fridge. Then I had to I had to weld my own box section, if you call it, and then put nut-certs into it and screw it through those. So I did those for there, so it holds it against that. And then I also made, I'll take this out. Oh, fits in there quite good. Take this out. Put that in there. So then I made, so you can see under there, I welded up a frame that goes to that height because the fridge door has to open to clear the gap. Oh, what are we there? So the fridge has got to clear that. So I needed the 30mm, plus I think it was 20mm for the wood carpet, and that's the frame under there. And then that's the fridge box with these strips that go into here. So then I nut-certed nuts into here, and then used the original screw brackets with the same, I think it's 5mm metric, goes into there. So I've made that bracket go from there to there and welded from there to there. And what I've done, because that was all bolted together, and I couldn't help myself while I had the TIG out, I tigged the whole lot. I put the screws in and then tigged everything. Couldn't help myself. I love TIG welding, so I welded that to there, and the whole thing's fully welded. So that's how I mounted it. It's absolutely bulletproof. Now, to get it to mount there flush with this, so all this clears, it's in the canopy, out the canopy, in the canopy, out there. So what I do recommend anyone, if I was getting a canopy made, this wall, I would have a frame made, frame welded in, and then I'd have the panels bolted to the frame. So it still does the job. So you can remove your panels, you can mount your fridge and do everything, and then you can bolt your panels back on to protect your fridge or have it secured to. So I'd make frame and then have these removable. So you can do that. That was like working in keyhole surgery. That's not the bloke's fault who built the canopy, it's how I asked for it. And I only discovered this after I tried building it. You can't get in behind it, you can't do anything. It's got it was a challenge. And what made it worse, I wanted the 200 amp battery mounted in behind that fridge. And I had to TIG and make up a bracket in there that accommodates the battery. And I'll show you in there. So I'll just move this fridge out of the way. Unplug that. The other way. get over there. So there's the battery mounted. So I mounted in behind this fridge. I made the bracket that holds the battery in behind there, and I've got room for 2 batteries. So I had enough room for 2 batteries in there, and then that'll be the wires. Then will go into there, and then because I can't get into this, I can reset those in there. This side, just get in those and push that button. That wasn't a problem. So that was that. And then after I did that, I mounted the compressor onto this back wall, which also running the wires and stuff. So if that was removable, it would be a lot easier job to remove it, build it, and bolt it back in for place. So I made this bracket here over the compressor wires. ARB done a shit job. Sorry ARB, but you done a shit job with those wires on top. They look feral. It's embarrassing for the price you pay of it. Love the product, but neaten the wires up, please. That's just shit. So I made the cover over it to cover the wires. Wife's idea, and it looks really good. Took me a day to knock that up, weld that up. So water pump, when we sort that out, spare switch, and then a light switch for this side, before you come around this side of the car. So the fishing rod's still in there. Got the wires ready to run. Continue on, ready to go, all pre-wired into a rooftop tent. I'm ready to pre-run them all, so for the accessories for that. So it's all plugged in onto the circuits to the enerdrive, to the Adventurer. And when the stuff turns up, going to be running the 240 through the inverter. So the light switches back on this, lights was back on this side as well. Also bought this fridge here because, I can't put the phone down, but that actually comes off. The lids actually lift off. The lids can lift off, so it doesn't foul up with holding the lid up the way this is here. So you can just do that, and you can just take it off, put your groceries in, put your beer in. Same as with how I've run the lights. Just put the glands through. I'm gonna finish mounting these off. I'm just there coming, and the Deutsch things are coming in the mail. Yeah, so Canopy's come along real good. I'm real happy with it all. Just looking at things, started thinking out the drawers, just with stuff in the back, just general tools, and just haven't got much. Huge space, so much space. You're in a wagon for 20 years in a wagon, and then you've got this thing, and it's just room everywhere. That's really good. The table, the table's excellent. The table on the Canopy is just so good. So with the Canopy, I didn't want to go with all the camp stuff. It's just not practical for a daily driver. It just, you know, you put your groceries in there, and I zip downtown, I go get a bag of cement or all that. You can't have a car for everything, so I can throw a bag of cement in there, I can throw a bag of pot and mix in there, I can go the other side, I can go buy a compressor, you know, if I had to get a compressor, or had to go get some pieces of wood or whatever. You can still use this car day in, day out as your daily driver, and still have your camping tray. Your fridge space is what's super important, your fridge space. So one's for soft drinks or beer, and the other one's for frozen food. And this one upright, you know, heaps of space there for your lettuce and your foods and your general nice stuff. Doesn't have to, so it's not getting squashed in the other fridge where shit falls out. And so if I haven't used it yet, used it around here, haven't actually haven't been camping with it. It's coming. We've just got some things to do at the moment. The inverter works really good. I gave it a test with a jug the other day. Yeah, didn't like that. It would work, but it pulled 190 amps, so that's not good for it. Anyway, but it boiled it. So fridge consumption was, I suppose I never really had to pay much attention to it, but right now that fridge is pulling 3 amps. 3 amps. I charge this last night, yesterday, and it's down to like 89%. They actually, doesn't take long to get 200 amp battery down. It really doesn't. And I've driven this car a couple of times today. Some pretty, it's amazing how much a little bit adds up quickly over time. And I've had fridges and camping experiences for a long time now and never really paid that much attention to it until you can actually see it. Just when you started having trouble, you sort of fixed it. With now I can get to it before it has trouble and start the car, or looking into solar today and all stuff. So it's all new. It's come along really good. Yeah, still very happy with the car, very happy with the Canopy. Just can't wait to fit it out and sort of using it, but you know, takes time for everything. Anyway, thanks YouTube. Hope you like watching it again, whether I rambled on with shit, doesn't matter. Watch it or you don't. I just thought I'd show some people my ideas on the Canopy and how I reckon that keeping it simple is more versatile. It's like you can use it for more things, not just set up for camping as a tourer. I believe it just stuffs your whole car. You pay all this money for a car and it's just got one purpose. Your Canopy's just going there and back and you struggle to do anything else with it. It just seems pointless to me. Like, use it for everything. Anyway, that's my opinion of it. All right, so if y'all follow Thumbburn, she's in for a shutdown. She's on the ground today. So, Thumbburn's in for a shutdown today. She's getting the new carpet. And you get all new she's been half decked out. So, yeah, she's been half decked out. Ready to finish her off. Oh girl, she's getting a bit of age on her now. Looking forward to it. An old trailer. Goes through. Trailer's also in for a shutdown. She's time to strip the suspension out of it. Give her a bit of love. A bit of TIG welding and stuff. A few little holes. Have a time. Yeah. So anyway, over and out. Thanks for watching YouTube. Thumbburn fishing. Remember, if it ain't smoking, you're only joking.